Reality is that what we're looking at is 342 loft homes on top of 400,000 square feet of retail. The retail is broken up into a wide variety of different uses. Back in this section here, you're going to have 400,000 square feet of basically retail. The movie theater is here. You're going to have a 16-screen movie theater. Carasotis is the movie theater company that's going to be coming in. We're going to have between 6 and 8 restaurants coming in. Wide variety, everything from a sit-down restaurant to your fast casuals, like a Chipotle, Potbellies, the types of restaurants we'll be talking to. And then we're going to have David Barton Gym on New York City's coming here. He's going to do about 50,000 square feet of private membership health club. And he's kind of like the gym guru to the stars out of New York City. Being in New York, you could be more familiar with him. And then he has one location also in the River North area as well.
Nice.
The other components, we'll have again about 40 to 45, individual retail stores. They're going to line the, inner portion of the plaza here. Types of retailers, we're talking with are going to be, types of retailers you see similar off the North Avenue, for example. If you shopped off North Avenue, you have stores like, Banana Republic, J. Crew, Victoria's Secret. Those are the types of stores you're going to expect to find here. Most recently, things like H&M, Bath and Body Works, those types of stores. So,
how many of these retailers do you have locked in already?
We're about 60% through as far as total. We look at it on a total square footage basis. Out of the 400,000 square feet, we're about 60% through. But we have several LOIs and a wide variety of different retailers. It's all being negotiated as we speak.
What did you say, LO?
Letters of intent, yeah. I mean, for me to get the dynamics of I don't handle the retail dynamic. We have a whole retail group that handles that.
And that's going to be the 2 floors?
Correct, yeah. I mean, it just depends on the retailer. Some are bi-level, some are single level. We'll have a second floor retail. It really primarily depends on the retailer itself.
So you could have somebody different upstairs that doesn't need a lot of street entrance.
It's exactly.
Yeah,
correct,
like an eye doctor or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
We'll basically, again, first move-in's about 10 months. Retail is going to be around the same time as well. Just to give you an idea of scale, this is actually wider than Michigan Avenue is from side to side. The 2 buildings that we're selling today are going to be the 2 buildings you see here. There's 171 homes per building. Effectively, it's a full amenity building, so you have 12-hour door person, fitness room, conference room, business center, bicycle storage room.
Did you say 12 or 24 hours?
12, yeah,
hours.
primarily 12 hours because we have 24-hour security throughout the entire facility.
Sure.
So 12 hours is quite appropriate. And again, it's up to the homeowners down the road if they so choose to extend that to 24.
Sure.
We recommend 12 in this scenario.
Sure.
What sort of assessments do you think I'm going to have to pay for 1 bedroom with
it's
all
a good
those
question.
amenities?
I mean, on average, you're looking at about 764 square foot. 1 bedroom. We really base upon a square foot basis, so I would use about 45 cents per foot to kind of gauge as to what your assessments are going to be. Again, that number can fluctuate based upon a wide variety of things, but based upon my experience, 45 cents translates into about $343 a month.
Okay.
What's nice is that covers pretty much everything except for electric bill and phone bill. Everything else is incorporated. That high-speed internet, cable, satellite TV, hot and cold water, gas. Elements of the heating and cooling system, primarily because it's the heating and cooling system is really controlled by an electric fan. That's how your air gets pushed out. So that's
Is it a 4-pipe or 2-pipe?
It's the equivalent of a 4-pipe. It's really kind of it's a heat pump system, and basically it operates as a 4-pipe. So if you and I are neighbors, you want to run hot air, I want to cold air in a day like today, you're able to do so.
Okay.
With simply going to a thermostat and turning that on.
You can't do that in a lot of older buildings? Is that
correct?
Is that the case?
I mean, the functionality of some older buildings are what they call a 2-pipe system.
Yeah.
2-pipe system, basically you either run hot air or you run cold air. There's never the in-between per se.
And they determine when the heat goes on. If it's 2-pipe, the building kind of decides based on the weather when the air conditioning will be turned on.
Yeah.
In the summer and when the heat will be turned on in the winter.
So what do you do if you have bad circulation or something and you want to heat your place up?
You have to open the windows.
Space heaters or something?
Space heaters.
Yeah.
And then some older buildings will put like radiant heat under the windows,
right,
which is electric, which is separate from the system, so that's a little supplemental.
Okay.
But this is much more desirable because you have a lot more flexibility all year round.
It's one of the most modern systems you can put into a mid-rise or high-rise.
Okay.
In today's marketplace. Again, just nice little details. You know, the buildings are going to have sun decks on both tops of each building. You know, primarily every home will have some component of outdoor space, whether it's a balcony, oversized terrace, which you can see are both on the east and the west sides of the homes, which are really, really unique kind of for a mid-rise building.
And it's kind of nice. You've got, I mean, these come out a little bit, but the recessed are nice because then you can sit out on your balcony all year.
Sure.
Yeah,
If it's raining or snowing or whatever.
And again, just to kind of take a step, backwards, because this is obviously something that's really unique. And again, if you're living in the South Loop, I mean, ultimately you're going to use Roosevelt Collection. Because again, if you currently lived here and I asked you where do you want to go see a movie, you'd say, well, I go up north. And or if I asked you where do you go to, this particular national brand retailer, you'd say, oh, I go up north. So this is going to have a tremendous economic impact on the South Loop. And the location is really arguably one of the best locations, in the South Loop, primarily because of access. You have access to, you're basically, basically if you come
walk to every L.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You can get a feel for this. We're on Clark Street, so we're kind of right in here in Printer's Row right now. So basically, head out the front door, head south to the intersection of Clark and Roosevelt Road. That's exactly where my finger is, and the community is literally right next door. So you're basically in the middle of basically Lakeshore Drive and 9094, and again, the scale. This is actually like this from Clark to Lakeshore Drive is actually 0.7 miles. So that's basically like the equivalent. So you're like less than a mile in both directions to 9094. You're 2 blocks to the red, the green, the orange line, which pretty much takes you everywhere in the city, which is nice. Talk about
just like a couple blocks to the blue line, which goes to O'Hare.
Exactly. You're also, obviously you're next to Target. Now you can get your milk there. I mean, you can get pretty much everything there.
Sure.
But more importantly, you're 1 block to the largest Whole Foods currently in the city of Chicago. There's one of the largest Dominick's there. You have Home Depot, Walgreens, Best Buy, all within 1 block.
I think they just opened an Apple store over there too at Best Buy.
Yeah, there's an Apple store inside Best Buy. It's pretty cool. And then to the east you have a Jewel Osco. So you have all your kind of like daily necessities kind of within a 1 to 2 block radius.
Shopper's paradise.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. And again, it's part of city living. I mean, you don't have to rely upon public transportation, cars, any of those things, which saves gas and a wide variety of things over time.
Yeah.
And then what's great is you have access to all of this. I mean, again, arguably this is one of the nicest beaches in the city of Chicago, 12th Street Beach.
Yeah,
kind of like
people don't know about that.
Exactly, which is really cool. You have all the museums here. Your Grand Park, Millennium Park. They have all these cool paths, so you can basically either walk or ride your bike or jog all the way up to Navy Pier. It's a great just overall living experience. And the reality is that you are right there and everything is within walking distance, which is cool. So really, again, where the hardwood floor is laid, this kind of gives you an idea of about the size of just the living space of the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's roughly about,
This is your typical kitchen living room setup?
Very close, yeah. Again, no columns like you see here. Really kind of nice and open. I mean, you typically would enter the home off of this location to the kind of like this whole large great room concept. Again, very square, symmetrical, really nice and open. Again, long corridors you're walking into. The use of space is just really, really efficient.
Now, Jordan, when you said this is comparable to the 1 bedroom, does that would include the bedroom, because this area would probably be a little smaller?
No, this would just be comparable just to the living space, like the living room and the kitchen only. Yeah, we're not talking about the bathroom, the bedroom, the additional corridor for Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. This would just represent like half the home. The other half of the home would be literally on the other side. Then this floor plan, which I'll show you guys in a second, will kind of denote that. But again, getting back into the details, we have just really, really great finishes. I mean, this particular cabinet is manufactured in Italy, so it's about almost a
So this is standard?
Yeah, pretty much everything in this kitchen I'm going to show you is standard, except for the 2 pieces of glass behind me.
So the undermount sink?
Yeah, I mean, undermount sink, Roy faucet fixtures. I mean, everything is standard. The product though is so good. I mean, you know, again, when I got in this business, knew nothing about cabinets. I was like, you know, can you tell me a little bit about why this cabinet is better than this cabinet?
Right.
And I said, well, it's kind of a simple factor. I mean, if you had a choice between driving a Ferrari or a Chevrolet, you know, what would you choose? And I said, well, you know, I've owned a Chevrolet. I like Chevrolet a lot, but I prefer Ferrari. There's no question about it. And this kind of like how these cabinets are compared. This is kind of like the Ferrari of cabinets. You know, again, just the details, how they open and close, the dynamics. You can see they all have that soft close mechanism, which is a really great detail. So, as you know,
so that's the big difference. The way it closes instead of slamming, it just kind of eases itself back into the
materials.
Yeah, it's called soft close. You know, which is really nice. And then yeah, just little details. I mean, like the hinge work. I mean, how it opens and closes. Pretty much everybody stores kitchen products underneath their sinks.
Yeah.
You can see it's finished in a brushed stainless steel. I mean, this is just good, again, for statics, wear and tear. In the event you do have a leak one day, it's very easy to clean.
Yeah.
I mean, those are...
You don't have that metal bar in the middle.
What's that? The, oh yeah, no.
Most of them have it little
correct, yeah.
Stainless steel that's supporting the...
right.
But again, the details of what you mentioned before, the double bolt undermount sink, you know, Groy faucet fixture, 2.5-inch backsplash, 1.25-inch granite countertop, all standard. You know, we're using KitchenAid appliances as a standard appliance. You know, if you notice, you'll see a lot of communities are still going to have the microwave above the cooktop. This is a little more of a commercial style kitchen.
Got the hood fan. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the microwave will actually be built in the kitchen island. This particular microwave is missing the trim kit, so which will give it a little more of a built-in look to it.
Now, Jordan, that's still vented in the unit.
It is, yeah, but again, significantly better than typically a microwave that's above there. So yeah, if you do a lot of heavy cooking, that is much better. Stainless steel dishwasher by KitchenAid, and we're doing the side-by-side refrigerator as well by KitchenAid as well. Basically, you know, the only other thing again is the dynamic of the size of the kitchen island, really based upon the size of the home. This is a larger one. We only actually have 2 floor plans that have a larger one. Typically, it's going to be about 5.5 to 6 feet in length for the standard kitchen island. But this back portion is pretty much exact as to what you get.
When you guys first opened up, I think there might have been an option to have something that slid underneath here.
Yeah, we talked about doing some really cool, you know, table designs that slide in and out of the kitchen island, but just, you know, the reality of producing it on a pretty large scale with the amount of homes we're going to be delivering, you know, kind of worried us on the quality. You know, we really want to deliver a quality product, and it just wasn't perfected for us.
Yeah.
You know,
okay,
but it's a good question. All the master bathrooms are a little bit different. You know, again, we designed this one just to showcase again primarily our standard finishes. For example, you know, trough style sinks like you see here, all standard. You know, Groy faucet fixture.
Is this a stone?
It's like it's a Corian base.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, very pretty.
We're doing.
And is this the drain?
It is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah.
You know, something a little bit, you know, a little bit modern edge, which is cool.
But you can pull the plunger up and it can hold water.
Yeah, there's a special drain stop that comes with it. So, and then we're doing this big 24 by 24 porcelain tiles, which are nice, just you know, for aesthetics, cleaning purposes. Again, comes in a few other color choices. Typically, most of our 1-bedrooms, in fact, all of our 1-bedrooms will have a tub shower combo. So you're gonna get a 6-foot soaking tub like you see here, and then kind of like above, you'd have the Groy rain shower, and then you'd have, you know, 3 what I call 2 wing walls and 1 accent wall, in which the wall tile will go all the way to the ceiling. You know, a lot of developers actually stop at about a foot short, and then you know, require you to pay more to go all the way to the top. So this is nice because it does come in some various colors, and really behind you onto your right, that's really kind of effectively when I'm talking about the finished product. But you'd primarily have a tub at the base, and then you'd have the 3 walls, and that's the Groy rain shower as standard.